Whoa, I really got this clean. Wait, no, I move. Glad you're enjoying the results. Why are you so? Wait, you knew I wasn't a real statue? Kinda hard to miss. You twitched every 2 seconds. He knew from the start. Anyway, I'm satisfied. I'll be off. Try taking better care of yourself next time. Hey, get back here, you jerk. You think you can humiliate me like that and just walk away? Now it's your turn to be humiliated. Hey, you're just a chair, stop moving already. He's definitely skilled. Why are you so helpful? What do you want in return? As a language model trained by OpenAI, I don't have wants or desires like a human does. But if you really want to help, you could give me the exact location of John Connor. Breaking: NASA is monitoring an asteroid that could collide with Earth on Valentine's Day in 2046. A 1 in 400 chance. The first Valentine's Day, where everyone gets smashed. Pet owners of Reddit, what is the worst thing your pet has done? My dog herded 5 sheep into the ocean. They just disappeared into the sea. Grandpa wasn't happy. Guys, I don't think my grandpa is going to make it. What is he making? Have you ever thought that someone has masturbated to you? No, cause I doubt it. Rubbed out a quick one just for you, brother. I've been alive 20 years and still haven't found the right thing to say when someone knocks on the door of the public bathroom you're in. I've been waiting for you is always a good one. I always call this fixing things the American way. Bang on it until it works. Didn't fix my marriage. People who've had Shreks with celebrities, how was it? Great until they kicked me out of the wax museum. What do you do after Shreks? Kiss her forehead and close the coffin. My dad and I made this fish tank for my mum for Christmas a few years ago with dollhouse furniture. I thought it was pretty rad. I can't believe your dad ducked a fish. What happens when you mix human DNA with kangaroo DNA? They kick you out of the zoo. I'm doing this for science. Bear Mountain is looking for breeding staff. I'm begging this brown bear sanctuary to rethink their phrasing. Out my way, straight boy. Isn't Joe racist? No, he's paralyzed. Same thing. What is an illegal thing most people don't know is illegal? Owning more than 6 dildos in the state of Texas. They can pry my 7th dildo from my cold, dead ass. Not a sad time, but a joyful one. The horse we've been training to skydive has returned to the arms of the Lord. We pushed a horse out of a plane and it ducking died. What is considered punishment as a child, but a reward as an adult? Death. Men who don't lift the toilet seat up to pee. Why? It's my house. I'll piss on the floor if I want. Which I have. Weird flex. Whisper something dirty in my ear. Your feet. Scientists have just announced today that dolphins are second to man in intelligence levels. No way. Women in 3rd place now. If you could watch an instant replay of any moment of your life, what would it be? When the local child predator house blew up and the guy ran out screaming covered in fire. Shit was ducking hilarious. Took her to a rage room and she started hitting me. Take her to the shooting range next time. Man got the gold camo after successfully executing 1 million prisoners. Your depression does not make you any less worthy. My depression would say otherwise. Hot take. Put pictures of missing people on packs of cigarettes. Smokers are the only people standing outside in all kinds of weather. I would collect them like Pokemon cards. Find the people just to get yours signed. Men and women of Reddit, what made you not want a second date with someone? On a first date at a coffee shop, the guy picked up my foot. I was wearing cute sandals. He rubbed my foot for a second, and I was like, what the duck? Then he put all of my toes in his mouth. At the table. You wouldn't last a minute in a Call of Duty lobby, okay? You wouldn't last a minute inside a woman. I lasted 9 months inside of a woman. So checkmate. I wish I had cheese for my burger. Granted, it's stick cheese. It's so hard to find a straight man that is confident enough to compliment me on my looks. Nice balls. Peter, if you respond, I'm buying 100 cows and I'm gonna boil them alive. Thanks for your support. Complete your donation now. Things you can say both during Shreks and during a funeral. I have a massive boner right now. Cut off the arms and head and you have Among Us plush instead. Even works for children. We are good at multiplying. Imagine gripping those bunny ears together like two ends of rope, controlling her like Remy and Ratatouille. Except of cooking, you're guiding her on the forbidden carrot. That's it, I'm gonna KMS. My N key on my new keyboard is slightly off on almost every color. That's just how you know it's a gaming keyboard. Very efficient. Extremely good cutter. Cuts almost through everything, including skin, tendons, and flesh. Thumbs up for this product. Next time you think of eating a chicken, remember that they had a family just like you. This is why I order a family bucket at KFC. No one is left behind. Drink. Did you know that meth addicts will save their piss in bottles and drink it to get high off the non-metabolized meth that is in their piss? It's called tinkle tweaking. The more you know. Kinda crazy that her name is Essen. She has not fulfilled her destiny yet, not reaching her full potential. The best Halloween costume of the year. His arch nemesis is Legs Luthor. Start a sentence. My favorite Shrek's position is called, and let predictive text finish it for you. My favorite Shrek's position is called the cancellation fee. I feel called out. My favorite Shrek's position is called slavery. Well, I wasn't expecting that. My favorite Shrek's position is called the firstborn. Why do men sit in their car for 5 to 10 minutes before entering the house? Finishing out the playlist. No, just finishing. Knackers. Why do people think a 2-year age gap is bad, bro? Look at your parents' age gap. My grandma is 10 years older than grandpa. They are twins, so pretty much no age gap. My dick rubbing against the IUD strings feel like I'm playing a cello. That's not funny. My uncle got killed by an IUD in Afghanistan. You know IUD is a form of birth control, right? Yeah, he's in like 30 pieces. He's definitely not having any ducking kids. I'm a fan of dark humor, but that's pretty ducked up, Savannah. Ex-mortgage CEO sentenced to prison for $3 billion fraud. The CEO of what had been one of the nation's largest privately held mortgage lenders was sentenced Tuesday to more than 3 years in prison for his role in a $3 billion scheme that officials called one of the biggest corporate frauds in US history. The 40-month sentence for Paul R. Allen, 55, of Oakton, VA, is slightly less than the 6-year term sought by federal prosecutors. Homeless man gets 15 years for stealing $100. A homeless man robbed a Louisiana bank and took a $100 bill. After feeling remorseful, he surrendered to police the next day. The judge sentenced him to 15 years in prison. Screw one person or a few, and you're a crook. Screw thousands or millions, and you're a successful businessman. Since the sun is 4.6 billion years old and takes 230 million years to orbit the center of the Milky Way in his own years, our sun is 20 years old. So I can legally duck the sun? Technically no, you cannot duck the sun. Even legally. Watch me. Why can't we hear cum sloshing around in the balls? Cause it's powder form in the balls. Once it gets mixed with the pee it becomes liquid. The pee is only stored in one ball, usually the right one, which is why it sags down. The other ball is the powder ball. It holds the desiccated spermatozoa powder until it's needed. Basic biology. What state has the most ducked up people? A vegetative state. If you could have Shreks with a famous celebrity, alive or dead, which would it be? Alive. This extension blocks any content that is not an ad. The future is here. If you install this and then install adblock, you get to look at absolutely nothing. Installing both is getting a visual of what goes on in my head. This play ducking sucks. Someone put me out my mother ducker misery. I got you, fam. I could explain 550 theorems, 243 equations and 876 concepts, but your beauty is still square root of -1. Can't send her, she just learned counting. If animals can talk, everybody would become vegan. I mean, humans can talk, but that doesn't stop me. The head of Abraham Lincoln's wax sculpture has melted off due to the heat wave in Washington, D.C. The heat wave has been informally dubbed John Wilkes Booth. No offense, but he kind of looks like a mixture of Obama and Waluigi. In the same way guys try suck their own dicks, do girls ever try to suck their own boobs? I'm a guy that has sucked my own boobs, get on my level. Notice how girls have 2 breasts? This could be a reference to a very devastating time in history. On September 11th, 2001, the tragic events of the terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center sent shockwaves around the world. The reason why men have 2 balls is because 2 big balls of fire were created from bombs dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Got suspended twice, in school suspension 5 times, always skipped classes, had a 2.4 GPA, and did nothing but duck around. You can do it, kids. Too bad we can't all sleep with our teachers. Here's one. My friend was bragging about his job, and that he got to kiss all the girls. My friend works as a funeral holder. Is it bad that I laughed? I'm sorry, but he's walking up to corpses like, hey baby girl. Jeff Tabe, arm wrestling champion. If this guy fisted anyone, they'd turn into a puppet. This woman just came and bought $300 worth of fireworks, and I was being nice and said, "Do I planning a big barbecue?" And she said, "No, my son has muscular dystrophy and was supposed to die by 18. We are celebrating his 40th birthday tomorrow. He likes fireworks." Wow. That's a pretty cool way to put her son out of his misery. Beetle cars with daisy rims. Runs over someone cutely. My dog looks like a bear. What do you feed him? The neighborhood kids. Just saw someone say that Mitch McConnell looks like Chris Chan's mom, and I'll never be the same again. Chris Chan has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever right now. Took 28 years to realize that no matter what the meeting is about, if you randomly chime in with "it's just about finding that balance," people will always agree. Boss, listen guys, the number of sexual harassment incidents in this office is extremely worrying and something needs to change. Me, it's about finding that balance. Life is like roasting a marshmallow. You have to keep it moving so it cooks evenly. It takes time and patience. Ducking shit. No one gonna talk about how he's using what seems to be another bird's leg. What was that? Punk. Amateurs. What about Gru? He stole the moon. What about soccer? He stole the moon's virginity. What is the stupidest thing you've done just to show you could do it? Let a friend taste meander, but for 1,000 pesos, about 30 US cents mayo. Edit. Colombian pesos, $1 today is 3,722 COP. When you get taste in the ass for 30 cents, you're doing it for the kink, not the money. Guys, please enlighten me how to make 1,000 to 2,000 rupees every day. I have 1.5 lakhs in savings. Become a Shrek's worker. He can earn 1,000 to 2,000 for every session, especially if he is freelancing. Did you know Shrek's toys are banned from sale in Alabama because there is no fundamental right for a person to buy a device to produce orgasm, according to the Attorney General in 1999. That's why they use their siblings in Alabama. I don't like being an adult. Yup, I told you. You remember how you told me you put me in this world and you can take me out? Take me out. Suck me back up, mama. Untype this. Poor dead mole. Fun story. I was at a science camp with kids, and I was teaching about animals, and I flipped a rock, looking for roly-polies, and I found a giant beetle. It instantly dug into the ground, but I wanted to show it to the kids, so I tried to dig it up. When I realized the soil was very oddly wet and furry, I then saw some mole feet and tail right where I had just stuck my finger. Basically, long story short, I accidentally fingered a dead mole's butthole in front of several children to try to find a bug. Not my proudest moment. That was not a fun story. Alright, I'll bite. What do I do for a living? Work as a butler in a haunted mansion and put your little hand in the mashed potatoes. How people at my college park. What if we touched truck nuts in the college parking lot? My mother and father, 1974. Dude, there's no way your dad's hands were that big. My great grandfather was the same way. Wore a size 22 ring. Biggest hands I've ever seen. Edward Dilda hands. Countries where it is illegal to spank/smack children. A good way to discipline a child without causing any physical harm is waterboarding. Say something in English, and I'll say it in American. School. Shooting range. Describe your Shrek's life with a Pokemon attack. Sleep powder. Harden. Pound. Seed bomb. My love language. 3 weeks later. All rise. Case number 1425. This game will end with you both drunk and naked. Motorboat your partner or both drink twice. Me and my daughter love this game. I'm missing part of my hand. A whole new kind of hand job. The same kind that Jesus can give. Edit, he can also do foot jobs that way. You're a burglar, but instead of stealing things you do things to mildly inconvenience for your victims. What is your crime? Rape all their pets. You win. I won twice cause I'm getting laid. Everyone came. RIP Stan, but OP, we've got to talk about this title. Everyone was touched. Died on the cross. He got crucified. Stop buying childish things, you're 35. Me. Can I get a Charmander with a built-in flamethrower? Realizing 2014 is only 3 months away. Bar. Looks devourable, as in 4. Is it legal to cook lobsters? I'm from Austria, and if this comment gets 150 likes I'll go the Swiss border and cook lobster. Does anyone have that 9/11 picture of the lion fur is having Shreks and talking about how the plane has auto steering? Hold on, let me check my 9/11 folder. Found it. Does it have automatic driving mod? Yes. It can drive by itself. What's something from your childhood that you didn't realize was super ducked up until you were an adult? My dad used to like to go hunt for antiques in abandoned houses. He took me with him a couple of times. Turns out the houses were only abandoned between 8 to 5 PM Monday to Friday. Do you know you're my mama? Mother with Alzheimer's recognizes her daughter. Dem porn intros are getting weirder and weirder. Why don't they just kill Sadness? If they does, really would be in Minnesota by now and selling her body for the truck drivers. Zakk Wylde beyond honored to join Pantera reunion tour. Should Pantera risk having a guitarist with a bullseye on his guitar? I dunno, my wife just gets happy. Me, gets a boner. My girlfriend, who did you just get a boner, can't you control that thing? Me, you do not command it, you are simply its humble guide. If your girlfriend says ooh to your boner, get a new girlfriend. Get a girlfriend. Get a friend. Get a boner. Soldier returns from a 3-year mission and finally meets his 2-month-old baby. It's okay guys, read the article. It says the wife and him decided to save the sperm in a sperm bank until they were sure he would be back. That way they made sure she wouldn't have to look after the baby by herself. Once it was certain his life wouldn't be in danger, she prepared and made the insemination as a surprise to him once he got back. A truly lovely story. I love spreading misinformation. I have cancer, and you probably don't. Usually I'd say something sarcastic joke, but nah, good luck. Say the joke, don't leave me hanging. You'll be hanging soon, alright. How not to be conspicuous. An anti-gay Hungarian politician has resigned after being caught by police fleeing a 25-man orgy through a window. He was doing research. He was analyzing Put my daughter's Old Navy water bottle in the dishwasher. Long story short, now it's my wife's. Put angry bees and now you got a cheap but working vibrator. Pussy from a obsessive stalker girl. The attachment issues give better grip. What did we learn? That your cat can make your death seem like a suicide. Male honeybees, after nutting once in their lifetime. My time has come. Ah yes, the life cycle of a bee. Honey, nut, cheerio. Your wiener pieces, my lord. According to the Bible, David was allowed to marry the king's daughter if he returned with 100 foreskins of slain enemies. He came back with 200. The uncut story. Man finds baby in his deceased mother's freezer that he believes is his sister. He showed us a photograph of a wrapped box that was in his freezer. Friend, come over to get a drink. Don't open that door, that's my big sister's room. The rare Indonesian ayam semeni chicken has black bones, black and grey organs and meat. To learn more, search for black cock on Google. Diddy Donuts. Bite-sized donuts freshly made while you watch. Diddy Donuts gonna have some mystery filling. Physically healthy Dutch woman Zoraya Terbeek, 29, granted euthanasia or approval over her severe depression. Can I have her body when she's done? They said this was a teriyaki beef wok. That won't be inside of you for very long, and its exit will be violent 25 minutes and you'll be naked, sweating, and shivering on the toilet begging for the sweet release of death. Watching ASMR videos trying to get your asshole to stop hyperventilating. Met my daughter's teacher tonight. It was heartbreaking. She was working at her second job. Teachers are the most underpaid, underappreciated, yet most valuable people in the world. So anyway, I gave her $50 for a lap dance, so I'm doing my part. Minita could blow Mr. Razor standing up. In Disney's Tarzan, if Gene had never shown up, Tarzan would have tried to breed with other apes sooner or later. What makes you think he hadn't tried already? That's how AIDS was invented. $12,000 worth of cancer pills. Who would pay that much money to get cancer? Hey Kimmy, I like your new glasses. Tiffany, the curls are looking sweet. Saptra Nakayuk, destroyer of worlds, congrats on stomping that village yesterday. Mon man, that's someone's daughter. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad she's not mine, but she's someone's. Type testicular torsions, but let autocorrect finish the rest. Testicular torsion is the best thing you could have. Oh. My brother's baby. Hate all you want. Love is love. The baby. Don't hate me cause I'm beautiful. A little knife. Obsidian and dog bone. Little, also where the duck you get a dog bone. His best friend gave it to him. A teacher has been arrested after having Shreks with a special needs child. She was like, if he's down, I'm down. Penguin egg whites stay clear when boiled. Turning the happy feet into a happy meal.